Hello, welcome to Lori's DIY Life. So, I'm wanting to try something today and I'm not sure if it's going to work. But you know how when sometimes we run things through our die cutting machine, if you have a little scrap of paper or something left behind, it'll leave an imprint on your paper. So, I'm wondering then why can't we emboss with it? So, I think what I'm going to do, I'm trying to figure out, I want the white on there or do I want this on there? Which one I want for the card and which one I want to emboss on, to cut the piece out with. I'm going to use this big butterfly. And then I figured I'd cut it out with other paper. I think I'm going to use this, and I think this is watercolored paper. I'm not using thin paper. I'm using thicker paper. I'm also using a thicker paper to emboss it onto. So here's what I figured. First, let me cut the thing out, and I was going to use the scraps and do like a confetti on it from the card I made yesterday, but then I was cleaning up and tossed them, forgot about it. So I figured, well, okay. So first I just want to cut it out, and just have the die cut that I'm going to use. And, we could do sprigs, we could do whatever, we could do a bunch of them. Maybe maybe we'll do more than, that's what we'll do. We'll try doing more than one. Let me see if I can get two on here. I think I'm going to cut out, let me see if I can get two to cut out at the same time. Sometimes with this Gemini, and there's other machines I wouldn't really try it with, but the Gemini has got a lot of pressure. I mean, I don't think that's just a gimmick that Sarah says when she talks about the machine. I really believe this one does have a little more, the Geminis do have a little more pressure. Oh, I cut it backwards. Well, thank goodness I went through two sheets of paper. No, not quite. The first one did come out really good, but the second one I'm not so sure about. Let's get the first one out. It really compresses it, as you can see, which might not be that good of an idea. I'm just pulling it out. So, and then I'll take these things out of here. Get the detail in there. Again, let me see if I can get this second one out. It doesn't look like it. And I can get some wings off of it. But it's thick paper. And it's really too bad that it didn't, because it almost made it. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. Snip it around. I mean, you could definitely see the imprint in there. Probably, look at that, come out of there. I didn't cut that part, that just came out. After pushing it, let me unfold it, just be working on this piece. Okay, I might go ahead and eliminate this part anyways, because I'm really not going to have 2 full butterflies on there. I was thinking of just using part of it. Oh, it doesn't want to take the little pieces out. They did not cut all the way through. So now we have to make a decision. Do we still want to use it like this? Nope. I'll just stick to the one, and I'm not going to run it back through at this point. Okay, so for the card, I just want to... So here's what I figured that we would do. This, then this, and then this. And I do kind of want another one. Okay, maybe I'll change it. Maybe I'll go ahead and cut this in half also. Because I kind of want to sandwich it. Because I don't want other marks getting in, if that makes sense. So this, then this, then this. Just to kind of protect it from getting marks. So I want it kind of up. See, the other one I thought I would take. Just like... So if this one was kind of up in the front, then this could be like this or something, you know, fluttering away. That's kind of what I was thinking I would like. But since those pieces didn't come out. Okay, so this here, and then this. And I could put my embossing thing through, right? Let's just see. I haven't used this. The rubber embossing mat. It should work, but I don't know if we need it. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. Now, what I was going to do, and I didn't, spaced on it. I wonder if I should still. Okay. I'm sorry, folks, about changing this and changing my mind and switching it around, but I was going to ink the paper first. And I just want to ink the paper. I don't want to really do much more than that. I just want to get one color and ink it. How about some blue? And then if it embosses okay, then I want to ink over the embossed image, not this blue. That is not what I want. This looks a little dark. Yeah, maybe the other one. Thought I was more prepared for this than I guess I am, but I want a light blue. So this one. And it just, ooh, that one looks pretty dry. Let me see. Yeah, that's not going to work. So I guess I go back to the other one. And I don't know if it's dried out too. Maybe it'll look better than I thought. It's kind of a greeny blue looking. Oh, that's good. Okay. Let's slightly go over it. I just wanted a little bit of color in the background. I don't want to leave it white. But I don't want to go over it and get after the image is on. So that's why I'm just going to come in with some color now. And you'll probably see some of the texture from the paper. It's time to get new sponges for these because they're falling apart. Okay, I'm going to come in and get those edges real good. And you can start to see where my fingerprints are. So you can come over with other paper. Just to cover it up. Get those edges. I want those edges to kind of stand out. Okay. So look, you can just take some paper and go over any. Really, they just look like white spotches at this point. But, uh-oh, I got somebody else's tool. Not somebody else's, but from one of the other boxes. Okay, now I'm ready. Now, that's the card blank. Okay, let me bring all of this back over here. Okay, so now we're ready. So I'm going to put this down. This will go on the card. Kind of want it. I mean, and you can do more than one, and I would have. But, you know, I'm doing this video, and I don't want too much to keep you waiting. I'm going to put this, and that's mostly to make sure, like, other pieces don't get embossed into the card or scars from my my magnetic mat or my cutting plate. I don't want the scars coming through, so that's why I'm protecting it with the paper. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay, let's see if this paper will emboss it now. I think if stencils will. I want paper. And if I, like I said, if I leave a little tag or something, you know, a little piece, a little scrap on the thing and run something through. Ooh, that was pretty thick. Yeah, it tweaked my plates pretty much. Oh, not too bad. Look at, ooh, it squeezed it out. Okay, let's see how it turned out. It's full of electricity. Oh yeah, I can see it on here. I hope I didn't do it wrong. Okay, what it did was embossed in, so I did it backwards. Ooh, but look at that one. Huh, maybe this was the way I wanted it. This was the way I got it. I'm not so sure any of it's bad, honestly. We'll play with these two. That one too, we can, if we want. So now is when I wanted to take some other colors in and give it some color. So, you know, I love my purple, so I'm going to get some purple going here. I wonder if the little finger daubers. It's really background, so I'm not going to worry about doing it perfect, right? Because it's background. Okay, there's the purple. That looks pretty. Some red here. Ooh, that came out really bright. Get a little blending in there. Okay. I like that. And how about a little bit of green on the body? I don't know if it should be green, but that's what I'm going with. Ooh, that looks like it might be pretty dark. Easy. There we go. That's what I envisioned. It's a pretty good image. You want to see the other ones? I do kind of like the way it turned out, but the other ones, let me just grab the purple because we like purple, right? I do anyways. This one is the same way. It imprinted into the paper, so it's more debossed. That's what I should have realized was going to happen. So imagine a couple of those, more of those. This one did emboss, and this would be embossed on this side also, but it doesn't have the background color, right? But you can see it's, can you see how nicely it debossed, it embossed? More than this one. Let's do the back of this one. Just so you can see how pretty that turned out. Nice. That would have been so nice had it turned out the right way, right? Instead, I got the debossed. I prefer the embossed. I'm going to keep the embossed. And I'm just going to do color blending, and I'm probably going to use this side instead. Huh. It's just going to have a different look than I envisioned it having, but that's all right. I don't remember if this was the blue or not. Yep. Okay, so this is what we ended up with for our background. And I could have run it through another time. So just remember, I should have had the colored side up. That way this would have been embossed. But that looks pretty anyways. Right. So now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna I'm gonna just cut it. Using the card. Not grabbing any paper cutters, just using the card. There we go. So that goes on. I'm gonna glue that on. Can you see it okay? Now when you use watercolor paper, it's thicker, it has more texture, and then because I have that deboss side on there. So if we have the die, we can have the embossing. We can emboss that item if we have the die. And like I said, it's watercolor card, it's thicker. I don't know where that came from. Alright, so for the actual butterfly itself that I wanted to put on the front, I thought with all the color, we would use this, and it's a mirror card, and it's really kind of a black mirror, but it's not quite black. And I just thought that might stand out real nice with the color and stuff. Now I'm going to run this through, and I'm going to show you when it's done what I meant by scars. The scars from the cutting plate on the, getting on the paper. Okay, I can still use that paper and make more cards, right? It's not really trash. This is not really trash. I can add color to that too. So even though I used it as my embossing, I can still use it, you know, on a card or something. Well, this one doesn't look like it scarred it really, but you can see a few little lines in there, and those are all from previous cuts in my cutting plate. Now if I want to, I could go right over the butterfly, but then what's the point? It looks like a shadow. That's kind of interesting. It does make it, it really looks like a shadow on there. I don't know how to get it so you can see. It looks like a shadow's being cast down when there is actually a shadow being cast down. But I just want to just kind of set it. There we go. I'll do that. Put it this way. I do think it would have looked a lot better if I'd have done a few of them. Or a couple of them. So with this one, I'm just putting the body down. When I put it in an envelope, the rest will go flat, but right now I'm just putting the body down. And that kind of causes the other to rise up anyway, so that's kind of cool. Now, I really just kind of need a sentiment to go in, and I don't really have one. I wasn't thinking that far in advance. Let me see. What stamps do I have with some... I got many stamps right here, but let me see. Oh, I got these for the spellbinders. You can see I put a lot on, but that should come off. It should wipe right off. Stay on the happy trail. Explore, wonder, roam, live. Some kind of wonderful. That might be it. Some kind of wonderful. I stuck these all together because I couldn't find the package. Okay. All right. And there we have it. So, I'm going to use this all the time, I think, now. Now that I know how easy that was. What a good imprint. Good imprint on there. And see, I was right about this butterfly. If I'd have gone with a crazy color, I mean, it would probably still be pretty. You probably couldn't have really gone too wrong with it. And it's a mirror card. And the color in the background, it looks good to me. All right. Thanks for joining me. If you like my channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. Everybody have a blessed day. I hope you'll join me again. Bye-bye now.